quick vlog, and I'm in a bit of pain. Remember when I talked about how when I got back from Russia I had a skin rash and my tooth hurt? Well, the offending tooth obviously had to be removed, but they couldn't do it because of the skin rash, and I got bounced around a lot. I now don't have the tooth anymore. I had it removed yesterday. And when the numbness and the happy pills, as my husband was calling them, wore off, ow. Oh my god, it hurt like hell. I was crying. I was yowling, okay? But I've been taking, like, Tylenol and Advil for it, so it's kind of mitigating it. It should only last a couple of days. So probably by tomorrow evening I should be not fully healed because I still got to get the stitches out. But I should be in slightly more functional condition. But it was really surprisingly quick. Apparently getting a tooth removed is faster than you think. And not as bad as you'd think. I mean, I expected to be in the office for about half an hour to an hour. And really most of that was the wait time for the pill. Because for some reason, if my body isn't completely, like, calm or something, the numbing drug doesn't stay. Sorry, I thought I felt something weird and I didn't. It's just still getting used to how my mouth is right now. And the procedure itself took, like, no time at all. Like, it literally just, boom, I was done. I was in and out, essentially. And the tooth came out surprisingly easy. Like, originally what they were going to do, because there were, like, 2 roots in the tooth, they were going to cut it in half and pull out each piece individually. I'm thinking they're going to have, like, an electric saw or something, by the way. Apparently they don't do that. But it kind of just popped out on its own. It just didn't want to be in my mouth anymore. Which, fine. I didn't want it in my mouth anymore. We had an agreement for once. This is also a dentist who has a Doctor Who poster on his wall, and I was watching The Fifth Element while this was going on. I'm not even joking. To the point where before the procedure, when the pills are kicking in, the dentist walks in and, you know, like we're at the diva scene of The Fifth Element, another dentist walks by and goes, "Oh, is this the diva scene?" "Yes." "Oh, this is the best part." I'm not even kidding. That happened at my dentist appointment. I had to find the geekiest dentists on Long Island. They're good, too. So, yeah, and it is a good movie, you know. My husband was sad that they cut a part of a particular sequence out, but then again, it was on, like, a cable channel, and you can't really show a lot of that on daytime cable. Or evening cable, as our case was. Primetime cable, I guess. But, oh my god, So right now I have to just be careful what I eat. No heavy lifting, they said, for a while. Which I joked, "Oh, so I can't help you move that couch, honey." Basically I just have to take it easy for a few days. Well, thankfully, all the Let's Plays I have to play are officially done. I just have to upload the parts. So I can, like, concentrate on stupid little one-shots if I want to, or just not play anything for a while. So, there's that. I'm just happy I can concentrate on the tiny little, one-shots for a while. I've been trying to promote my channel a little bit more with my Tumblr and my Facebook, because, you know, I figured maybe I should start doing that Like, I don't have a lot of users on Tumblr, but, you know, I'm only doing it for Neverending Nightmares because I'm not in the middle of that one like I am with the others, because that one I kind of started a little late on the others. So that one will start boosting it. Also, noting that I'm almost done with the Fright Let's Play, what I'm probably going to start doing is I'm going to start uploading other Neverending Nightmares pieces on Sunday, because I do want to get that done before Halloween. It is the Halloween special, and I'm going to be away Halloween night, so I'm going to have to, like, mass upload a bunch of things, like, before a big trip. So you're going to get, like, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays updates all in a row. At least the Let's Plays. So you're going to get, like, a lot of different Let's Plays to watch. This way I'm not backlogged. And maybe Monday might be a bit late because of the fact that's when I come back. So I'll have to come back, do it, and deal with it then. But what's going to happen is I'm going, like, once Fright is done, Neverending Nightmares will take its place. So it'll have 2 upload days, Sundays and Tuesdays, and everything else will remain the same, because I do want to put the whole thing up because I'm kind of proud of it, because this is like the first time I got on a bandwagon, because people are still starting to play this game. I'm actually ahead of, say, Non-Binary Robot Leo, and Some Ordinary Gamers. I actually am ahead of them, which makes me very happy. Not parts-wise, like, I don't know how far they've gotten, because I haven't watched their Let's Plays yet, because I want to get mine uploaded first, before I start comparing. And I am proud. I am proud that I at least started mine before they started theirs. Yeah, they got to start before some other gamers at least. So this is a game that's kind of kicking up steam, and I got on the bandwagon not super early, but early enough that I feel satisfied, and hopefully I can do that again one day. I wasn't going to do Five Nights at Freddy's because, I'll be perfectly honest, that would just be me dying a bunch of times. Not because I get scared, but because games like that stress me out just a skosh too much, and I'd rage quit. I know I would rage quit that game. I know what games I can handle and what games I couldn't. I didn't rage quit or feel like rage quitting with Neverending Nightmares because the atmosphere just pulled me in, and most of it was a little more... Although it was funny that at one point I kind of was, like, on my own and actually did have to figure things out for myself and thought, oh no, I'm going to end up rage quitting this game and I'm going to be so sad and I won't be able to upload any of these parts. And I figure it out. Yay. And I managed not to spoil myself too badly, too. I get a weird temptation to spoil myself on games and such because I don't get to play them very often because I usually don't have the money. Although now I'm going to be getting a credit card too, so I'll actually technically have the money. I just have to pay it off later on, which is fine. So there are a few things I can pick up now, which makes it easier. And a friend of mine saying he can give me a copy of Amnesia, so I could probably start playing that. Another friend of mine recommended Scratches, which I'm like, next year's Halloween special? Because I actually already own that. Big Fish Games was selling the director's cut a while ago for fairly cheap. Or did I get it for free? I don't remember which, because there's a free coupon thing I have with them. So, one way or another, free game. So, yeah, I'm planning out things for this channel. Still getting the loot crates. The next one's probably going to be here. It might be a little late, the review, depending on when I get it, because, again, I'm going to be away for Halloween, and that seems to be the estimated time of arrival. And I'm really hoping they do better with October, because October and November are kind of my two favorite months of the fall, because November is my birthday, and October is fucking Halloween. And my birthday's a week after Halloween, so, you know, I tend to lean towards that kind of a weird thing. Me and a friend of mine both have our holidays because we were born. He's Christmas. He runs the Christmas party. He is fucking Christmas. He came home in a fucking stocking. And I'm Halloween. My favorite plushie is a black cat. I was born a week after Halloween. I'm a Halloween creature. You know, I love it. I am the little black kitty of Halloween. And I have been recommending Neverending Nightmares to my friends, by the way, because it's a very, very good game. The thing is that a lot of people complain about horror games, indie horror games, that it's all jump scares. Neverending Nightmares didn't really rely on jump scares. Yeah, it had a few, but I think you need to have them because that surprise kind of jolts you a little bit and keeps you on your toes because you don't know what's going to happen unless you've played through the game so many times. Remember, I played through different scenarios, and that game can be different if you take, like, three times, and you still have to memorize all of them. And I'll be honest, the one jump scare in the asylum still kind of gets to me, because I can never quite remember where it is. Like, I know it's like, okay, I think I'm getting close to it, and it gets me every single frickin' time, because I can't help but look in the doors to see if there's a bed where I have to watch out, and I'll still get it every time, unless I just don't look in any doors. And that sucks. Anyway. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Like, yeah, even I'll admit, you know, Freddys is more jump scare reliant than Neverending Nightmares. It still has, but I'll be flat, it's still better than Slender. Slender is a pure jump scare. Like, it attempts to build suspense by having you walk in the woods, but there are a few problems with it. One is you're not really given a clear story of what the fuck you're doing, which I'll give Slender the Arrival credit. It did a slightly better job, but it's still very unclear. Like, it would be nice if you got a little bit of a story, like, why are you, like, character motivation. Like, we know why Thomas is in this nightmare. It has to do with the fact he cares about this person, Gabrielle, and something on his mind about this person is getting to him. Either he's worried about them, or he is related to her, like, she's related to this somehow, and it's clear this person is in a series of nightmares, and he's trying to wake up. Yeah, it's a pretty good character motivation, especially noting that his mind is basically a hellhole. Five Nights at Freddy, you have a very clear motivation there. A paycheck. We don't quite know why you keep going back, but, you know, I'm kind of thinking the logic is maybe you are looking for another job. You got this one because you really, really, really needed the money. Didn't realize what kind of hell it was, because it looked like a pretty cush job. You know, sit there, watch a bunch of animatronics at night, go home, sleep. I'll be honest, that sounded like a pretty good cush job. Until you found out that the animatronics came to life. Which, you know, you probably didn't know going in. And I like some people think, oh, the character just doesn't have very good judgment, or they really need the money and they couldn't really do anything else. It could be also they were looking for another job, but, you know, we're kind of coming up dry, which happens. Because you can kind of assume this is like a young person doing this job, or somebody who's really desperate for the money, and they figured, well, I don't want to quit this job until I, you know, find another job. So I can't quit this job, even though it's probably going to kill me. Because I'll die of starvation and not have a house if I don't do this job. Something like that. So, you know, I can kind of see the reasoning behind that, too. You know, there is that mentality of survival, and this one was, it felt like a rock and a hard place situation to me. So, I could fill in the gaps more easily than, say, the original Slender is, you're in the forest looking for 8 pages. Well, why are you looking for these 8 pages? You need them to escape. Why do I need them to escape? Why is Slender after me when I'm going after these 8 pages and I'm not doing anything to them? Is there something to do with them? They're just children's drawings. What's the deal with Slender here? How did I end up here? There's, like, nothing. There is no backstory. The first time you'll get jumped a few times, but then after a while you just get pissed off at him. So, for me, that story element is kind of important. There has to at least be a motivation for the character. There has to be some sort of backstory to this. There has to be some sort of, okay, how did I get into this situation, and how do I get out? Again, Thomas is asleep somehow. He's having these nightmares. And you figure that out every time he jumps up and wakes up. You're figuring, oh, this is a dream within a dream situation. He's probably actually sleeping somewhere safe, and he keeps having these nightmares. And in all three situations, he's either passed out drunk, in a coma, or a little kid sleeping. So, yeah, he's asleep somewhere. And you're trying to wake him up to resolve the plot. In one ending, he wakes up, realizes, or he knew, and he was just rereading over and over again the letter that his wife left him because he was in mourning of his child. In the second one, he was in a coma. Obviously, something happened. Either he cut his own wrist and hurt himself, or somebody else did it to him, or an accident happened to him, or something. And Gabriella is at his bed going, please wake up. And you're hearing those whispers throughout the entire game, so that's another reason why I think it's the canon ending, by the way. And then there's the third ending where he's just... Little kids have fucked up nightmares. Let's be fair here. Where he shoots up, goes into Gabby's room, kisses her on the forehead because they're brother and sister, and he walks away. He's like, oh, thank God you're safe. Like, that's the cutest little ending. I'll be honest, that was a cute ending. I'm like, oh. But again, there is something there. Yume Nikki, there's no story to it seems. But you can kind of figure out, okay, the character is a hikikomora. They don't like to go outside. They sleep and dream, lucid dream a lot. And they're going through their dreams exploring. Pretty simplistic. But you figure out that they like to do this. That's their motivation. Off. You control the batter. Together you are going to purify the world. Okay, a motivation. You know why you're there. You're the puppeteer. You were assigned the batter. Apparently this is your job. When a game gives you a clear why are you here situation, it doesn't have to be at the beginning of the game. You do, like, if you eventually figure out what it is, that's fine too. In Slender, you never do that. It's really, you find all 8 pages and you get warped to the day world. You find all 8 pages again, you get warped to the night world, and you're stuck there forever. Okay, you still haven't explained to me why I'm there, who the fuck am I, why does my stamina suck, and why is the Slenderman of all things after me? You could easily replace, in that game, Slenderman with the Rake, or Jeff the Killer, or Smile Dog, or just a generic ghost. That's the other thing with the villains, with horror games, is the villains have to feel like they can both fit the world, but they can't be replaced within the world. Slender was an example of one that can be replaced within the world. Five Nights at Freddy's, you can't really see that game with any other type of monster but the animatronics. Maybe different animals, but, it's Freddy, it's, Chica, it's Foxy, and it's Bonnie. Those are the characters. Never-Ending Nightmares. The monsters there, at least 2 of them are extraordinarily symbolic, because one of them is the evil twin of Thomas, and one is the evil twin of the little girl Gabby's little kid. So you really can't replace those 2, at least. And they all fit into the world. The Asylum Patients, the big baby doll that tries to squish you. Even, Thomas and Gabby, obviously. On the evil dolls, you see dolls all over the place half the time. When they come to life and come after, you can't tell those dolls apart from the other dolls you've seen all over the house, because you had seen those dolls before, but they didn't move. So when I saw the first one move, I went, oh no. And I looked back at my other videos, tiny little spoilers in this one. by the way, I forgot to mention, but nothing that you're not going to see anyway. I'm thinking on it, but two of the, like in one of the videos, I see a doll in a cage and I go, well, is that doll going to come after me? I wouldn't put it past this game. I literally say, I wouldn't put it past this game to bring dolls to life. I hate it when I'm right. There are days I hate it when I'm right. But, you know, again, those creatures fit the world. The specters and off. They fit the world. Hell, 3 of the bosses, they're characters in the story. They're, like, pretty much, they're required. All 5 of the bosses, actually. But Slender, it feels like anything could have fit that role. It wouldn't have had to have been the Slenderman. Admittedly, I'm not a big fan of the Slenderman. By the way, I'm going to point out that my definition of creepypasta is a bit broader because it pretty much goes to campfire tale. And Slenderman is essentially a form of campfire tale. It started on something awful with a photo contest, and it kind of became a game of telephone that became an internet urban legend, essentially. And, you know, again, campfire tales are kind of the roots of creepypasta, like it or not. This is something I've said before, this is something I stick by. The creepypastas are the campfire tales of the internet. We are simply continuing the old stories. Anyway, but he's not my favorite because he's so boring. You know, people say, oh, he has all of these powers. Okay, he has no fucking character. You know, the Rake has the character of being animalistic. That's still more of a character than Slenderman. Slenderman doesn't even have the gentlemanly thing. There's one Slenderman story that I really like. I think it's one of the best because it involves World War II, Hitler in the bunker, and it gives Slenderman a fucking role. Not just a killer. He's like some bizarre emissary. And I love that. And they give him a character of like the weird, riddle old man from hell. And I like that. I love that. Run with that. That's a character thing with him. And I love that. That's what I would like to see more of. If you did that with Slenderman instead of, you know, blank faceless guy that causes your screen to go fuzzy. Okay. That would be useful. But that is my problem with Slenderman. I mean, the Rake, like, Jeff the Killer has a characterization. Psychotic killer. You know, go to sleep, you know, shit like that. He's basically a comic book villain gone horribly wrong, but at least he has a characterization. Smile Dog is a demonic dog that tells you to spread the word. That one's kind of a very shallow character, but that one's more open to interpretation than drives you crazy, okay? And it drives me crazy. What the fuck? You know, I mean, people give him all these, Slenderman all these powers, but he's not very good. But Smile Dog, I think I have just a soft spot for because it's an animal. But I see it as something that's trying to survive. Like, it has to make you spread the word or it stops existing. You know, and that's, you know, something you could put on it quite easily. It's weird. It's weird with me. Again, and again, I'm going to point to, you know, not only the monsters, but the characters you're playing as, too. Like, if it's obvious you're supposed to be that character, okay, you can kind of get away with not giving it too much characterization, but I'd still like to know what the fuck I'm doing, because otherwise I'm going to start making shit up. It's probably going to be the stupidest shit on the planet. Like, me playing Slender would be like, okay, I'm here because I took a bet. My friends are jackass. You know, I'll come up with like the most cliched horror movie plot ever, because to me that's what it is. At least with Five Nights at Freddy's, you know it's your job. With Never-Ending Nightmares, you know Thomas is trying to wake up. With, Off, you're the puppeteer, you're helping the batter get through this, and you're making decisions based on this. Although the batter is a pain in the ass and won't listen to you half the time. Like, no, run away, you're going to die. I'm not running. You're going to die, run away. I'm not running. Finally gets to Enoch. Okay, we're running. Oh, now you listen to me. How about I make you fight him, motherfucker? You know somebody has done that at one point. Just because they're pissed. Even you, my Nikki, you know you dream because you enjoy doing it and you want to explore the world. As, Marasuke. Endings don't bother me as much because endings just mean that, endings. Sometimes they can really suck. Like, again, Slender has a sucky ending. You kind of end up in a loop forever, which makes it more of an arcade game than a horror game. Some of them have little to no... Like, I don't mind not having much of an explanation either. Like, I have to figure it out or interpret it on my own, too. But you have to give me enough information so I can at least go in the right direction. Slender gives you no direction, and the other games kind of do. Again, I put 2 and 2 together with Five Nights at Freddy's. Why am I still working there after a week? Well, maybe I really need the money and can't find another job. Common sense can help. Anyway, I better stop rambling. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!